Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. Got a little message for you this morning, message of love and freedom. Coming to you live from station WEBM, that's wonderful Eddie B. Marcus, operating from the top of the sky right down to wherever you are. Ladies and gentlemen, I woke up this morning feeling a little contemplative. And I was reflecting on the society in which I live. They were talking about John McCain and the kind of person that John McCain reflects, especially compared to the kind of politician that we have today that walks in the limelight of all kinds of things. And so it put a question on my mind, a question that I'd like to ask you. Are you tired of lying, cheating, stealing, terrorizing, war? Are you really tired of it? Are you tired of crime and violence? Are you tired of homelessness and joblessness? Are you tired of bigotry and racism and prejudiceness? Are you tired of injustice? Are you? Now that's a hell of a question. I'd like to ask also, how would you like to live in peace, to be prosperous and joyous in your life? How would you like to live where there's complete, fulfilled employment? Every city is pristine. How would you like to live experiencing justice? How would you like to live? Well, these are good questions. The first, the crime and violence, the terrorism and the lying and cheating, that is a result. It didn't just pop out of the sky. It is a result of selfishness. It is a result of believing and teaching that some are more important than others, and some deserve more than others, and some are special and superior to others. With the teaching like that, you're always going to get some crime, some violence, some terrorism, some lying, some cheating, some stealing, some killing, and all that other good stuff. And so, on the other hand, if you wanted peace and prosperity and joy in life, you have to care about yourself. I mean, really love yourself. The more you love yourself, the more it is going to be required that you love others, because you got to love them as you love yourself. And in so doing that, there will be justice. There will be peace. There will be prosperity, because it can only happen for you if it happens for others. These were the kinds of things on my mind. And I thought about that very seriously because, for quite some time I've been asking the people of the state of Minnesota to make me the next senator from this state, U.S. Senator. And I've always been attaching to that the people who hear this message recognize that in 2020 I would like for them to consider me for the next presidency of the United States. And for the reasons, peace, prosperity, and happiness in life. Now, others might ask me, man, do you think you can win? And I have to ask this question. Do I think I can win? How many people in America, even in Minnesota, want peace and prosperity and joy of life? How many people want to live gloriously? And if I answered that, I'd have to say everybody that has asked the question. But if you ask me, can I win? I'd have to take the opposite view. And the reason that I take the opposite view is because while every individual wants peace and prosperity and the good things of life for themselves, the follow-up question is, do you want those same things for everybody else? And the answer to that question is hell no. That means we are a selfish people. We want everything for ourselves and we don't give a damn about anybody else. And there is no way under these conditions can I possibly win, because the whole campaign is for everybody to enjoy the sweetness of life. Then some might say, well, if you know you can't win, why are you running? I'm running for my record. I want the records of history or the future to represent that Eddie Marcus believed in love, that Eddie Marcus believed in people, that Eddie Marcus wanted for himself, and the fantastic, great, dreaming life that he wanted for himself, he declared that he wanted it for everybody else. And since everybody else could not have it, there is no way that he could satisfactorily sit on a stool, driving a fine car, got his. You know, you see very, very, very wealthy people today. I mean, very, very wealthy, and they are satisfied with their wealth. Some of them build gyms in their own homes. Some of them got car lots for their own cars. And they live maybe right down the street from somebody who's living in the ghetto, and yet they're smiling, happy-go-lucky. That's not me. And so, yes, I run for this office. I run because I want to see the world changed. Now, what am I actually saying? This is what I'm actually saying, ladies and gentlemen. For peace and prosperity and joy and happiness in life, for me, that represents something a lot of people hate. That represents God. Now, how you transfer and me and interpret God, that's up to you. But love is God to me. And this selfishness and hatred and bitterness and lying and cheating, to me, that's the devil. That's Satan. That's that opposite of God. And so while I live in a world apparently that seems that at least the force that moves on top is love of God or a love for the devil. And it appears to me as though it's a love for the devil. Now that doesn't mean that I am the only person that loves each other and want for others as I want for myself. I'm not the only person in America that loves God. But what's the dominating situation? The dominating situation is God is sitting back on their back, waiting until all of these selfish people destroy themselves. So ladies and gentlemen, yes, I'm running for senator, I'm running for president of the United States for representation of love. And for those of you who have been kind of sidetracked, there was something else that happened this morning as I was watching the news that many of you saw, and I'd just like to reacquaint you with the situation. John McCain is a Republican. And for the most part of my life, a great part of my life, I was a Democrat. And for the most part of my life, I've just been an individual trying to make peace and prosperity with the world. But when I think about John McCain, he represents something that perhaps the Democrats, well, the Republicans and the Democrats, they really offer the same thing. It's just, how do you get it? That's the difference. That's the problem. And neither one of them know the method. Republicans nor Democrats. Every last one of them has failed since the nation has been founded. So I have no desire to jump in ready to go with Republicans or Democrats. For me, it's all about change. But when I think about what they say about John McCain, even as different from me as he is somebody that I could, if his health was right and we came about close to each other, I could laugh and talk with him. I could have good time fun with him. And I'm sure that most of you who are familiar with John McCain could do the same things. But now you turn that to the side, and on the other side of that, you look at your present representation. Look at Donald Trump. Epitomizes lying, epitomizing cheating and no good. And when he gets on television, the first thing he starts doing is calling other folks lies and no good. Now, it could be true. But how can you see the kettle calling another kettle black? Well, they can call them black because they know them. But I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are hearing my message today, think about John McCain and think about Donald Trump. Which side of the fence would you rather stand on? And since I got you thinking about that, I'd like to ask you this. Think about the devil and think about God. Which side of the fence would you want to stand on? And one last question. When you think about your past, I ask you to think about your future. And I want to ask you which one is more important to you, your past or your future. A vote for Eddie Marcus as a write-in candidate for senator, a write-in candidate for president is a step in the right direction. But then, how many people cares about the right direction? Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying bye-bye.